Hey, and welcome everyone into our Financial Basics webinar. We're going to do a follow-up demo today from yesterday where we explored all of the financial settings, and today we're going to look at it in context of processing payments on your membership applications. I'm your host, Stephen Foley, and I'm going to take you through this journey today. We're going to be recording, so if you happen to have to leave, we'll certainly send you the video afterwards, or if you want to watch it again, it'll be posted to our website. We do have everyone muted, so if you have any questions, just add them into the Q&A portion of the chat. And don't forget to check out our website to see other upcoming webinars that you may be interested in today. So let's take a quick look at our agenda. First, we're going to look at the financial setup as it pertains to your membership categories. Then we're going to go off and process some membership payments, take a quick review of reports that are available, and then leave the floor open to any questions that may come in. So because today is a focus on the financial aspect of membership, we're really going to keep it centralized to the financial settings in the membership categories that you offer. We're going to focus on looking at 4 different categories that use different fee structures, so different ways of charging the membership fee. We offer a flat fee. We offer a way for you to do a drop-down choice that dictates a fee. You can do a custom fee, as well as a unit fee calculator, where we'll multiply a unit by a number to arrive at a membership fee. So on that note, let's head over and log into Member 365. So here's our login. We'll head on in, and where you will get access to the membership configuration settings, it's membership up here in the top. If you happen to not see this option, it means your administrator account doesn't have permission, so you will need to contact somebody else who is an administrator in your organization to ask them to give that to you. So let's head into membership, and the category setup is located over here on the left-hand side. So we want to get under the hood and look at how we've set up different member categories in terms of how we're going to charge fees for members who are looking to join. And I'm going to start with the individual membership category. So I'll click through. We'll let it load. Where we'll want to head after it loads the membership builder is the left-hand menu, fees, payment methods, and taxes. So we're going to click on that. We're going to spend some time in here on a few different membership categories. So let's go through and take a look at this membership. To put in context, it's an individual, it's a person who's looking to join membership with you. So it's set up to charge a flat fee of both $99 to apply and $99 to renew. This is an annual term. I've set up a chart of accounts as well that will map the revenue to a specific code, so that if you do want to have a breakdown of all this membership type, you'll be able to do that by setting up proper codes. We covered chart of accounts in the webinar yesterday, so feel free to check out that webinar. It's up on our website. Some of the other things, financially speaking, that you can set are late fees. So this would come around at renewal time. If I don't renew by my renewal date, it's set up to charge a fee of $10. And it's going to do that 30 days after I lapse. So if I renew 15 days late, I won't get charged this fee, but at 30 days, this fee will appear on my invoice as a separate line item. And you can see it's also mapped to a specific chart of accounts if you're looking to reconcile on late fees collected. As we continue scrolling down, for this type of membership, we're going to allow the applicant to pay with their credit card or indicate they're going to send a check. And we've also enabled automated recurring billing. So this is going to allow the member to choose to have their credit card billed in a year's time for this membership. And finally, there's no sales tax. So now that we've seen the financial configuration of this membership, I am going to grab the link that you could give to any member to allow them to apply into this membership. I'm going to grab this, and we're going to go through and test this. We're going to try applying into this membership category. Now, I always do this in an incognito window, or I log out as an administrator before I load the application link. So just make sure you go incognito or log out. And here's our standard flow to become a member. You would be pointing people interested at this page, and they would go through the approval process, or sorry, the application process. So I'm going to go individual at member365.com. It's my email address. And then that's going to load the application form. So I'll call this Lucas Edwards. So Mr. Lucas Edwards is looking to join as a member with Edwards and Co. I'm going to use my autofill for the contact block. So that's how we get in touch. We'll add in a phone number. I'm going to choose my 2 disclaimers. So on the next page is where the fee is presented for this type of membership. As we explored in the settings, it's a flat fee. It's $99. And I have 2 choices. I can either pay with a credit card or I could choose check. You notice when I'm on credit card, it's offering automated renewals. So what this would do is set up a profile in Member 365 to charge my card in a year's time for the same fee. So I'm going to choose credit card, opt into the renewals, and then we're going to go through and process this payment. So this is using the Bambora credit card gateway. Type in our card information, and it returns a successful result. Lets the applicant know the card's been billed for $99. And we provide them with a receipt right here so they can download that. We also email it to them. So I'm going to exit out of my incognito window, and I'm back into the admin where we left off. And what I'll show you is on your dashboard, you'll have a membership application pending review right now. So we have 1 application pending review. Now you may not have a review process. I set the demo up to have one. And you can see that Lucas Edwards is sitting here waiting for review. You can see that payment's been received. If you need to download the invoice, you can click on the invoice number right here. Then of course we can click through, and if you have a review process, you could decide to then approve Lucas. The other place that you'll be able to find the invoice for Lucas is on his contact record. Over here on the left-hand side, there's a purchase history. So you'd be able to come in and see all the purchases Lucas will make with you over time. And the invoice also rolls up under financial. So you can come in over here to see Lucas's invoice right here. Click through and we can see the invoice as it was created and as it was paid. Now let's say Lucas meant to use a promo code, or you want to offer a discount, or perhaps you need to refund the entire amount. You'll notice there's a add a refund button right here. So you can click on that, and that allows you to do a refund. Type in any description you want, promo code. Perhaps Lucas just forgot to use it. Maybe that promo code was going to shave $9 off. So we can just annotate that here right on to this invoice. Pick a discounts chart of account so it's mapped appropriately. And we just scroll down to the bottom and we hit process refund. You can continue and send an email to Lucas to let him know it's been refunded back, or you could skip that email if you're going to have a personal touch with Lucas. I'm going to actually send the email. We'll click that. It does load an opportunity for you to customize the refund message before it's sent. So you can go ahead and do that if it's required and hit send. Now what we do is we connect to the payment processor. We ask for the refund to be put back to the card. And now you can see Lucas has been issued that refund. And he should expect to see that show up on his card likely 24 hours later. So that is one of the 4 membership fee types that we support. That's individual membership, a flat fee. We're going to head into what I call the corporate partner membership. The corporate partner membership is designed to ask the member a question, and based on the response to their question, a fee is declared. So it's called category dropdown. And you can see the question we're asking is, in order to determine your membership fee, please select your company's income reported last year. And I've created a number of ranges starting at $1 to 500K, 501 to 2, and so on. And each choice, which they can only choose one of, specifies an application and a renewal fee. Now, as we continue scrolling through, we haven't turned on any late fees. We're not going to charge our corporate partner a late fee. We're allowing a credit card and a check, but we've capped how much we want to allow to be charged to the card. Looks like we don't want to allow the $5,000 payments to go through the card. We'd like to save on that credit card processing fee, and we prefer the corporate partner to send us a check. So I've actually limited the top end to $2,500, which means if I choose the $5 million category that charges a $5,000 fee, I won't be able to use my credit card when I go through the application flow. Now, something like this, we don't recommend that you turn on automated recurring billing, because if my company's revenues grow, then I realistically should be purchasing the next tier. I may join at the 1 to 500K, but when renewal time comes around, I might have grown. So if you turn on automated recurring billing, it'll just simply charge the original amount. So we recommend you turn that off for memberships of this variety. So let's go ahead, grab the application form link. It's located down here in the left-hand corner. You click the blue button to grab that link, and we always go incognito or we log out as an administrator. So I went incognito, and I'll just use corporate partner at member365.com as my email address. That's going to load the application form for the corporate membership application. Just call this corporate partner as our contact. We'll call it Corporate Partner Inc. as our organization. I'll use my autofill to get us a quick address block completed. Now, on this membership, there's the ability for you to attach a secondary contact. So at this corporation who's a partner, if there's somebody else who should be getting the reminder, the bill to pay for the membership, then you can include a secondary contact, and that person will be copied on the invoices and renewal messages going forward. As I continue, the second page is where we ask the question that dictates the fee. I'm going to choose the $5 million choice. This is the choice that doesn't allow me to use my credit card. It exceeds the cap I put on of $2,500. So you can see the fee is $5,000. But the only payment method I have here is a check. And it just gives them a little warning to say, you know, because this exceeds the maximum credit card limit, choose another payment option. So in this case, we would choose check. We would hit the process payment, and it would issue an invoice or a receipt that has a balance outstanding. So this is what the PDF looks like. We would also email this invoice the person who went through the registration process. So in context of this membership, you've received the application, they've indicated they're going to send a check, and you would now be waiting for that check to come in. Once you see that check comes in, there's a couple places that you can go to clear it. One would be under membership up top. Click on membership, which takes you here. You'd be able to see that there's applications pending review. We'd be able to click through, and sure enough, here's our corporate partner application that's pending payment. So we could click through, we could either mark it as paid right here or click through on review, and we could go ahead and mark this as being paid. Assuming you have check in hand, you'd be able to reference to that check number, and then you can choose whether you want to send an email to let the person know that you've received their check. So that's clearing the payment. The second thing you can do is, of course, approve them if you have an approval workflow turned on. And now they're an official member. We record their payment status. You get access to their invoice here. The invoice goes into the purchase history of the contact record here. And up under financial, you can get access to that invoice right here. So that's a membership that covers off the user answering a question, and that response declares a fee that they have to pay. The next membership variety that I'd like to cover is a custom fee. And I have that set up as my gold membership. So what a custom fee does is allows you as an administrator to declare what the application and renewal fees are when you receive the applications. So when you look at your fees, payment methods, and taxes setup, you'll notice it's custom fee. You'll notice I also have chart of accounts that are writing to the gold member. No late fees. Here we're taking a credit card and a check, but we're not limiting how much. And we're not turning on automated recurring billing. The idea here is that you're going to specify a fee both for the new application, and you would be specifying fees for the renewals that are coming in. So let's go and grab that application form link to test this membership category. So I'm going to go over here on the left, click application form link. That points us here. We're going to copy this, and once again, we either go incognito or we log out as administrator before we load these application form links. So I'm going to apply. I'll apply in as a gold partner. Of course, that takes us to the application form. I'll just call this gold partner, and it'll be gold Inc. I'll use my pre-fill to get us through the address block and telephone block quickly. And it's the next screen that we're most interested in, because in this context, there is no checkout. It's a custom fee. So there's no invoice generated. There's no request to make payment at this point. I've simply just gone through the process of applying and submitting my membership application. Now, you may need that some custom questions to the application form to ask some qualifying questions to determine the fee. You certainly can do that by setting up a custom form that when that application comes in and you click through on membership at the top and notice that there is application pending review, you would be able to do your due diligence. So here's our gold partner. When we click through review here, you'll notice that it allows us to specify a fee. So I'm able to come in here and say, okay, based on the data that we've collected, which is a minimal data set for the demo. Once again, you can add a whole bunch of custom questions if you need to. But assuming you've got what you need, you've done your due diligence, and you decide gold partner, it's going to be a $2,500 fee. We type that into the fee box, and then you notice we have a different button called pre-approve. And what pre-approve does is it sends an email to the member that reads something along the lines of, after reviewing your application, we're pleased to offer you membership with us. To accept and finalize the membership status, click on here to pay. So when the member gets this email, they don't have to log in anywhere. It will load the payment gateway checkout page where they can then choose from your payment options and go through and make payment. And after they've done that, then they're an official member. They're no longer in this pre-approval state. So what this would do, of course, like the check payment that we did earlier is this puts the invoice into an accounts receivable mode, so you're waiting on payment. And you can, of course, get access to the invoice here. You're also able to go into your accounts receivable report, and you'd be able to pull off any payments that are outstanding over here on the other side as well. So the last membership fee structure that we support is what we call the unit calculator. And the unit calculator is based on my institutional membership category. So what the fee calculator allows you to do is set up a structure that, similar to category dropdown, asks a question and then applies a multiplier to determine the fee. So you can see here I have it set to unit fee calculator. And you can see the question that I'm asking is for the user to actually answer 3 questions. And the 3 questions are located down below. How many full-time staff are employed at your institution? We're charging a unit cost of $5 per. The next one is how many part-time staff? We're charging a unit cost of $2 per. And then we're asking how many full-term staff members are employed, and we're charging $1 per head. So we scroll through the remainder of the options. You'll notice we're not allowing the institution to pay with a credit card. We're expecting the fees to be fairly substantial. We do not want to pay the processing fees. So we're going to ask members to either choose from check or to indicate that they're going to EFT, ACH, or wire transfer the funds over. For a membership like this, we wouldn't recommend that you offer automated recurring billing, because when I renew next year, my staff, my institutional staff may have grown or contracted, and I want to report my actual numbers to you. So let's go and try applying into this membership category. So once again, that link to try applying is located over here on the left. We click on that. We then click on the blue button to get access to the link, copy it to our clipboard. And then, of course, we go incognito or we log out as an administrator before we test this application link. So I'm going to do institutional. All thumbs here. Continue along. At this point, we recognize this page. It's our contact block. Call the organization Institution Inc. Accept my spelling. I'll use my autofill on the address lines and the phone number. And then once again, for a membership like this, I've turned on secondary contact, which allows me to add somebody else who would get the invoices and the request to renew membership. The next page are the questions. So this is the unit calculator. This is where I can indicate I have 200 full-time staff members, I have 80 part-time, and we have 9 full-term staff members. Continue along, and that's where we'll be presented with our checkout. Where it does the multiplication factors for us and determines what that amount due is. And in this case, we have 2 choices, EFT or check. Now, EFT, you can relabel, you can call this anything you like, EFT, ACH, wire, e-transfer. It's simply just an indicator that the user is choosing. We won't create the EFT or ACH or wire connection. It's just them basically expressing they're going to send this to you in that format. So if you're planning to do that, we recommend that you add your EFT, ACH, or wire instructions to the invoice that's generated. And it looks like this, and you'll notice that I've created it down here in my terms and conditions that get put onto every invoice. I've said, you know, if you selected EFT, ACH, wire, direct that transaction here. And I've basically created some banking information that would normally be used to send that wire over to you. So let's head back. What that means, of course, is that membership is pending your review. You're waiting for that membership payment to come in, either through check or wire. And when it does, you're able to pull it up as an application pending review. Click on review. This is where you can mark it. You can clear it as being paid. If it was an EFT transaction, we can pick EFT. We can add in a comment if we need to, which gets annotated over to our revenue report. And then we can send an email to the contact to let them know that we are acknowledging receipt of payment. And of course, after acknowledging receipt of payment, then you could choose to approve their membership. And now they'd be welcomed into your community. So those are the 4 types of membership fees that we support. The flat fee, which was the $99 flat rate. The category drop down where I had to choose a question that drove the fee. The custom fee, which has a workflow where you can specify the fee and then ask the applicant or the member to pay. And then the unit fee calculator, which allows you to ask a number of questions which contribute to a total fee. So we'll head back into the product. I wanted to touch on, at a high level, 3 key reports that relate to the processes that we've gone through. So to get access to financial reporting, you click on financial in the top. That takes you here to your list of invoices, but we want to head into reports over here on the left-hand side. And the 3 reports I want to point out are the accounts receivable aging, which we were in briefly. So this rolls up your AR. This is where you're accepting payments that are not credit cards, so checks, EFT, for example. And it's giving you a breakdown by quarter, or sorry, by month, what your total outstanding is. You have a list of everything outstanding down here, and you can reconcile or mark these payments as paid through this list if you so choose. The next report is the ARB membership report. So if you're planning to offer automated credit card billing, you'll want to have a look at this, because it's going to show you everybody who's enrolled into upcoming payments, whose card will be billed automatically. There's also a tab system here that allows you to look at the failed and canceled attempts as well. So you can see there's a failed payment here, Ray Charles. Now, our system would have sent Mr. Charles an email letting him know that the card didn't work, and it would have provided a way for him to update that. You can also continue to automate outreach should he not respond to that first request. And if you happen to get the member on the phone and get the credit card over the phone, there's a way for you as well to process the payment inside our system. You can also look at any automated recurring billings that are canceled. So anyone who's canceled it by logging into the member portal and choosing to do so, you will see that here. And you can always trash can these if you'd like to clean them up. Finally, the last report that's relevant is the revenue report. It's located down here in the right-hand corner. This is the report that most bookkeepers and accountants would use to reconcile revenue. As you can see, there's a number of chart of accounts. So as we build out more, they appear here. And as you apply your chart of accounts to memberships and other products that can be purchased, they'll become available here, and you'll be able to run revenue reporting at a more micro level. The report that's generated is in CSV format and can be used to reconcile into your source accounting system. All right, so I have a few best practices for you to consider. We'll head into there. First of all, if you are going to offer automated recurring billing, we always recommend that you set up an automated email that will be sent to the member in advance of the day you will have that automated transaction process. So you can set up an email that just gives me a heads up that, hey, a year ago you agreed we could build a card and we're about to do that. You can process refunds directly in Member 365 as our second best practice. Sometimes you may choose to go into your payment gateway and do it directly in there. The challenge with that is the invoice and the receipt in Member 365 will not reflect that update you did directly in the payment gateway. So use the refund capability that I showed you earlier in our time together today to do refunds. And if you do it inside Member 365, the invoices update themselves, so you don't have to deal with that after the fact. The third best practice is to track individual products by setting up custom chart of accounts or general ledger codes so that you have that micro level of reporting. This allows you to look at your revenue report at a more granular level. It also allows you to bring in your revenue into your source accounting system aligned with the chart of accounts that are set up over there. So there's a few questions that have come in, and they mainly revolve around automated recurring billing. And the first question is that heads up, wondering where you do that. So I'm going to head back into the product, and I'll quickly show you where you would be able to do a heads up warning that your card is about to be billed. And I'm going to use the individual membership as our guinea pig. So once the category build loads, we're going to head over to fees, payment methods, and taxes over here on the left. Sorry, my apologies, it's the email. We're going to go into, for this, it's renewals, because we're actually sending a notice about upcoming renewals. So this email template is under renewals, and you go into your renewal reminder schedule. So what we would do is we would add a new renewal reminder by clicking this blue button on the bottom, and we'd be able to choose the automated recurring billing reminder. What this does is it injects our template that says, dear Steve Foley, this is a reminder that your credit card will be automatically charged. It'll pull the fee. In this case, it's $99. It's our individual membership on the date. So that's my renewal date for the renewal of your membership. And then there's a link that allows them to opt out or turn that off before that transaction happens. So you can update this template. If you want to remove the opt-out link, you certainly can do that. If you want to have a different message, go ahead and do that. Just pay attention to the merge tags and leave them as they are if you're looking to pull these details. So up here, you would basically decide when you want to send it. So if you wanted to give them a heads up 3 days before that, billing date, you would just put in 3. And if you wanted to create a number of reminders, you could. If you wanted to give them a heads up 30 days out, you certainly can add a couple of these into the system. Next question is, what happens when automated recurring billing fails? So what will happen is the member will get an email telling them that you tried and it failed, and it will give them a link allowing them to update their card information and process the transaction again. You as administrators will want to pay attention to the financial reporting that we were in earlier. So financial reports, it's the ARB membership report that you'll want to take a look at, and it's specifically the failed tab. If you're looking to see anybody whose payments failed. So that's where you can keep abreast of any failed ARB payments. And then finally, there's one more question, and that is, you are accepting check payments, and sometimes those payments come in late. Is there any way to remind people to submit their payment? And there is. You do this actually in the settings over here. And inside settings, you'll notice there's a dunning reminders. You can turn on dunning reminders to send reminders to people who choose check or wire as their payment type and you still haven't received it, you can decide your schedule. I have mine set up to be 30 days after the purchase. If we haven't received payment, to send out the first notice letting the user know, or the member know, that that payment's still outstanding. And it gives them an opportunity to download the invoice again. As well, it allows them to click through should you be supporting credit card payment and they change their mind. You know, when they made the initial purchase, they said check. Now they want to process it as a card payment. They can always click on this invoice preview URL, this tag, which gets converted to a URL for them. They'll be able to click on that and pay with a credit card if this purchase supports a credit card payment. So you are able to set up a series of dunning or late payment reminders according to a schedule that works for you. So that brings us to the end of our webinar today. I just wanted to take a quick moment to remind you of the help that's available. We do offer online chat that's located when you log in as an administrator, bottom right-hand corner. We also have a knowledge base that's growing all the time with lots of helpful knowledge to explore. A lot of commonly asked questions are already answered in our knowledge base. And then we have a support ticketing system. So if you do need to get in touch with us through email, we ask that you initiate it through our support form. That allows us to keep everything organized and be very responsive when you are looking for help. On that note, I'd like to thank everyone for taking your time out today to check out our Financial Basics webinar. We're going to be continuing to offer these webinars, so don't forget to visit our website and see if there's any webinars that are coming up of interest to you. Thank you.